Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Employee Baltimore Show. I'm your host, Marvin McKinstry, workforce supervisor with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. And beyond that, I am the plug. That's right. We come to you every Thursday at 1 p.m. to bring you great information, updates, insights, everything concerning employment and community. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development is continually building amazing partnerships to create great opportunities for the residents of the city of Baltimore. Before we move on tonight, today we are not normally the bearers of bad news, only good information, but we would be remiss if we did not take the opportunity to acknowledge the great loss of life in the mass shooting that happened in Texas, and really to look at both mass shootings, the shooting that happened in the grocery store as well. We just want to take a pause for the cause and ask everybody, as you're sharing and liking and doing all that good stuff, to just join us in a brief moment of silence for the lives that were lost in both of those tragic situations. Truly, y'all know me to be a man of great faith, and my thoughts and my prayers go out to everybody that has been impacted and continually in prayer about our country when many of the same freedoms, like the right to bear arms, leads to these kinds of situations. It is just a terrible, terrible, terrible reality of that the sick and demented minds of some people in this country and in the world at large. But we still continue to press on, still continue to press through, and still continue to come to you today to give you the most uplifting information. If you're in the Baltimore area, we have two great guests today that we're going to talk to. Both of them are phenomenal ladies who do this great work of bringing resources, information, and overall empowerment to residents of the city of Baltimore. But before we get to that, we do want to do a few updates to the calendar. First and foremost, if you got a chance to check us out, we were live on a location yesterday at the War Memorial Building at our construction and apprenticeship hiring fair. That's right. We had a lot of employers that were construction companies and apprenticeships that were on site offering jobs. We had one company that were there that had 60 laborer positions starting at $22 an hour. Listen, y'all, when y'all hear about the great things that the Mayor's Office of Employment Development is doing and the positions that we have available, do what you gotta do to be there. I had people inboxing me and all that sort of thing. That's all cool. It's difficult for me to try to service everybody's individual requests. But if you come to these spaces, we had upwards of 30 employers and apprenticeship programs. So they were all training providers, mostly paid training, and jobs that were offering the greatest of wages available. Get out my inbox and get downtown. Get to where we are. We're about to share a few locations for some upcoming events. Make sure that you're there. One of them is a transportation event, but to start us off on June 3rd, with the Baltimore City is having right on the lawn, the front lawn of City Hall, they're having the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Festival. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Fair. We're going to be right out there on the lawn. Y'all used to know it as War Memorial Plaza. And we're going to be out there on June 3rd. I believe the time is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, we got the flyer coming up to help me out. I was struggling right there, y'all. Y'all know I ain't going to hide it. We got the flyer coming up. But we want everybody to come down. What we do understand is that regardless of any differences of opinion that people may have, everybody deserves to have access to services. Just being human is enough, right? So we're going to be on the front lawn of City Hall. They call it City Hall Plaza now. I knew it as War Memorial Plaza growing up, where we had jazzy summer nights and all that good stuff. But it's going to be from 12 noon to 3 p.m. on June 3rd. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development will be in the house. And as always, we're going to be out there with information and resources that will lead to you being able to be employed. We do want to celebrate and salute the guest speaker, Jabari Lyles, who is an LGBTQ community activist and organizer. that's going to be on site with us that day. Please make it your business to get down to the diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's talking about inclusion in the workplace, shifting the culture. All right, all right. Then on June 8th, we're going to be bringing transportation employers together, and we're going to get that flyer up because I want to get the information right. All right, here we go. Transportation job fair. Y'all see, you see it in English, you see it in Spanish, because we don't just talk diversity. We make sure that everything that we have is available to people of diverse backgrounds and cultures, that it really reflects what Baltimore's demographic looks like. South Baltimore Employment Connection Center, 1410 Bush Street. We're going to have a bunch of transportation employers. All you have to do is scan the QR code that you see on the screen, or use the bit.ly link to apply. I'm telling you, you're going to want to be in the place. If you're interested in transportation related jobs, whether they're CDL positions, non-CDL positions, we got American Limousine, Canada Drive, Produce Group, Dream Management, Shepherd Pratt Health Systems, United States Postal Services, and more are going to be on site. So don't get in my inbox. Make sure that you're at the South Baltimore Employment Connection Center on Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. And we're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Make sure you register in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you see those flyers coming up and going. You see me getting bigger and smaller on the screen. I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to shout out my producer for the Employ Baltimore show, the wonderful, talented, gifted, all of that, Miss Katanya Lester. Thank you for being behind the scenes, making the magic happen. And just like that, y'all, just like that, we are ready to fly our kite. Y'all, look, we here today, and we have some amazing resources and opportunities. You've been hearing us talk about our Train Up program. We did Hire Up, and boy, did we maximize every bit of Hire Up's potential. I believe every goal, even though the program is still going on, every goal that we were looking to meet has already been crushed with Hire Up, but there's still positions available. But if you're going to do workforce development work, you got to have that balance. Not everybody's ready to step into the job. Some people need training opportunities. And on the heels of Hire Up came Train Up. Y'all seen the announcement about maybe 45 days ago, where all of the people who love Baltimore, our elected officials, our people, our partners who continue to stay on the ground making this stuff happen, came together and made the announcement of Train Up. And we have one of our Train Up providers with us today. It's called, I got it wrong. It's called, what is it called? Big Byte. No, that's 7-Eleven. Is that it? Come on, bring our guests on the screen. Talking about Byte Back. Y'all thought I was serious. I thought I was playing. I was serious. We got Byte Back with us today with Miss Chrissy Powell. Miss Powell, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for having me on today.
I'm glad that you're here with that amazing smile. And I do try to inject a little humor into the show to keep it a little light, y'all. But I need y'all to like, love, and share this broadcast, because we'll get ready to talk to Byte Back. I see 17 people on my screen, which is good, but it's not enough. Like, love, and share as we talk to Miss Chrissy Powell from Byte Back. Can you tell us a little bit about Byte Back?
Absolutely, absolutely. Byte Back, and that's Byte with a Y, and that's very intentional. Byte Back, we're a tech inclusion nonprofit. We have been in serving the DC community for 25 years, and we came on to Baltimore and launched our Baltimore site in 2019. So being a tech inclusion nonprofit, what does that mean? It means a couple of things. So we really advocate and we focus on digital advocacy, digital literacy, and tech certification training. So of course we have workforce development. We're talking workforce training, right? To get into living wage careers, into sustainable careers where money can be made. And we know IT is the top field right now, and ever growing opportunities to get into the workforce in IT. So What we do at Byte Back is we have two career pathways. We have an administrative career pathway as well as our IT pathway. Our IT, we do our CompTIA, IT fundamentals, A+ training. We also now, exciting, we've offered A+ for so long. Now we actually have some Net Plus, Security Plus offerings as well for those who want to go into more advanced trainings. And we also have our administrative for those adults who want to go into administrative careers or upskill to get a promotion on the job, an admin job. We do Microsoft Office specialist trainings as well. So those IT industry recognized certifications, as well as the administrative industry recognized certifications, MOS certifications, we do for at no cost to our community members. So all of our community members get scholarships, as we call that, where all of our trainings and certifications are actually sponsored and paid for by our amazing funders and grantors. So it is really a come all, anyone who is ready to put in that work to invest their time into these certification programs. We are located right on our headquarters, should I say, in Baltimore. Is located right on North Charles Street. So we're right there in Charles Village, centrally located, accessible at the bus line. But besides workforce development, for those who are not yet at the level where they're ready to go into tech certification training, because let's be real, we have to meet our community where we are, and not everybody is ready to just jump into certification trainings, right? So we know that. We know there's other great certification training programs, but we also know that many of our community members have little to no digital skills. And they still need those foundational digital skills, computer skills, to be able to go into our certification track, to be able to go into the other career pathways for workforce development programs. So we offer our digital literacy training as well. We call it our Computer Foundations 1 and 2. We meet our community where they are. We start at how to turn on a computer, how to power on a computer, how to use a mouse, how to set up an email address, how to navigate the internet, how to safely navigate online banking, telemedicine. We go into managing files and attaching files to emails. We start at 101, Computer 101, and we build on that. And then we advance more into our foundations too, where we go into Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Outlook, Excel, Word. We go into Google Docs and using online video conferencing and other online resources. So I feel like we have two offerings. We have our certification and career track, but it doesn't stop there. We also have those digital literacy foundational trainings that we offer not only at our central location in Charles Village. We have a satellite location we're launching this summer, actually, in partnership with Still Meadow Fellowship, Community Fellowship, as well as West Baltimore Renaissance Foundation. So we will have a site where we're doing digital literacy skills training. So our Computer Foundations 1 and 2 will launch in West Baltimore as well. So I'm just, honored to be a part of closing the digital divide in Baltimore, because we know it's real. We know it's so real.
That's right. Great training, availability, and accessibility. She covered it all, y'all. She didn't want me to interview her today. She just wanted to do her own thing, and I'm okay with it. I hope you got your pen and your pad and a lot of information. You are on live with the Employee Baltimore show. We are talking to the wonderful and talented Chrissy from Byte Back. Chrissy, I did want one thing you didn't cover. What's the average starting wage of a person coming out of your program going into employment?
Yes. So if you're going into one of our career pathways, $18.50 is our average. Now that can go up significantly depending on your track. So you have your administrative jobs, but then you have your IT jobs. And an entry level A+ job is around about that. But once you move into IT and get that experience, it goes up significantly, from making 40, 50 grand a year to making, 70, 80, then to making 90, 100 plus as you add and get those further certifications beyond an A+, those Net Plus and Secure Plus.
Do you guys already have employer relationships that you move your candidates into or your graduates into?
Yes. So as far as the admin positions, we have the hospitals and universities. We have partnerships with local organizations as well, as far as the admin positions, the IT positions. We have many different employers. The great thing is we have many remote employers as well. So with IT, the great thing is it's remote positions are real. I know, with COVID, everybody say, oh, well, some people are working remotely, some people are still in person. The great thing about IT is, yes, we have our local employers, our universities, right, our hospitals where they need help desk technicians, customer support specialists. But a lot of these IT companies have many remote positions where people can virtually work from wherever they might be, from home. So we do have employers currently, both locally as well as remote employer opportunities as well.
So I'm gonna say what Chrissy won't say. Listen, the greatest request I get now, working as a workforce supervisor who assists people in getting employment opportunities, is do you have work from home opportunities? Let me help your life out. If your resume says all you've ever done is warehouse work, a lot of the work from home opportunities in this region are not going to hire you seeming as though you're not qualified. They're going to want you to go to a program like Byte, get your skills up. Okay. Get your skills up, and then you'll have access and availability to those work from home opportunities. So what she's given us already is that you're going to make about $35,000 to $40,000 a year coming out of school. You're not going to be able to do that without a 4-year degree under any other circumstances. I've been in this game for over 21 years. If anybody knows the labor market, I know it. IT is one of the biggest and fastest growing industries in this region. But in order for you to capitalize on that, you're going to have to be prepared. Byte is doing the preparation. She said $35,000 to $40,000 a year coming out of school, which is a great starting wage at the entry level. Then she said you also have more accessibility to the hybrid or work from home positions that people so covet now. Listen, I enjoy the benefit of a hybrid schedule. I go in the office a couple of days a week. I get to work from home. You want that good life? Go to Byte and get the training and certification that's needed in order for you to have it. Chrissy, you've been amazing. I have been laughing because I know they must be your colleagues. Miss Savina, is that one of your colleagues?
No, Savina is actually our great partner, train-up partner. So
okay.
Yes, Savina is there at MOED as far as project leading or managing, should I say, the training.
That's just how our agency has grown. There are people in this. There was never a time that there was people in this agency in my 16 plus years being here that I didn't know my own people. Hey, Savina, welcome to the team. I'm going to see you before long. Now, how about LaRoche? Is LaRoche?
Oh, now that's my colleague.
Yeah, I can tell because LaRoche been over here carrying it. He is loading up the chat with the website, all that. LaRoche, you a superstar, man. Let's get LaRoche. Let's get LaRoche to come back with you next time. Listen, y'all, IT is a fast, amazing, growing field, and we have the training provider that can get you right to be able to be in the game. And they set the right representative. Savina was laughing at you. She was talking about how you was ready today. You came, you ain't even let me get a word in edgewise. Savina, listen, this was not the Arsenio Hall show today. She did not want me to talk. This was her monologue. But I'm just playing. I like to have fun.
Yes, I appreciate you. Can I say one more thing? I just want to say, for those folks who are interested, there's 2 ways they can contact Byte. Of course, online. If you have the skills to get on a computer, great. Go to byteback.org/apply. byteback.org/apply. If you don't have the computer skills yet, that's okay too, because we've got you. You can call James Merritt. James is our amazing community outreach manager, and you can reach him at 443-531-2252. That's 443-531-2252. James will be there to pick up the phone, call you back if you need to leave a voicemail, or you can go to our website and apply directly at byteback.org/apply.
Listen, you have been one of the easiest interviews that I've ever had to do. It's nothing like being here, being prepared, knowing everything. I was getting ready to segue to tell you to give the people your information, but I told you didn't want to be interviewed today. You wanted to take over the Employee Baltimore show. Great producer Katanya. That's the next time we need a fill-in. I want you to make sure that you call her And tell Chrissy that she's gonna host the whole show. Chrissy, you have been phenomenal. I'm certain that I'm gonna find my way to be able to come and meet you. LaRoche,
Please.
thank you for getting in the comments and making sure that the people had all the right information to connect. Again, that's Bite Back. They're in Charles Village. They're opening up a satellite location because availability and accessibility is important. We don't want to always be that town that has great resources but never able to get the people that need it. Remember, our focus is economic justice. We want to make sure the people that traditionally have not been able to connect have the opportunity to connect. I want to talk to my parents that may be on here. First of all, y'all get them numbers back up. I saw 42 people on this live at one time, and I want y'all to start sharing it again so we can get these numbers back up. You got a kid that's about to graduate high school, and that child doesn't particular, or that young person, forgive me, doesn't particularly want to go the 4-year route to college. Let's get him $35,000 to $40,000 a year after a training program. That's the one thing I didn't ask you about the length of time. What is the length of time for a person to go, even if they go through the introductory classes all the way through to completion? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if an individual is just looking for those computer foundation skills, just for everyday life, everyday living, they can do that in 6 weeks. If they want to go into one of our certification pathways for our administrative Microsoft Office specialist certification pathways, we're looking at about 12 weeks. If we're looking at our A+, which is our entry level help desk IT pathway, we're then looking at more so around the four-month mark.
Wow. Listen, y'all, I would take 4 months to $40,000 a year over 4 years any day. Now, y'all know me. I'm not down to nobody, but everybody doesn't want to go to college. Talk to your young people who know how to program them phones, work video games, social media, and all that better than we do, and tell them that if the 4-year career school path is not the path for them, the IT industry literally has broken away from that mold. We work with other companies that stress that they do not have a 4-year pathway in most of IT anymore. If you want to get these 4 months under your belt and get onto your bag. It has been a total pleasure meeting you and having a chance to, I'm not going to say interviewing, but having a chance to talk with you today.
You as well. Thank you so
You
much.
really were an amazing, amazing interview. Your infectious smile and your great energy. I'm just hoping that we have connected. Good. The numbers are starting to go back up. We're close to 20. Y'all make sure people are here to get this information and that you share this video as much as you can, because Bite Back Baltimore is trying to change and revolutionize the game. These high schoolers coming out, let's get them connected. Let's get them connected. Let's let them know by the time the summer is over. But on the other side of the summer, they can be into their career path and career field. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for being with us today. I hope I get to talk to you again sooner than later.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care
Thank
now.
you so much. You've been amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, y'all. That was fun. Listen, I will take that any day over that person that keep giving me one word answers. Y'all don't realize this interview game can be a little tough sometimes. You sit there and you work hard to get a great question, and somebody say, "Yep, 16 years." And then look back at you like, what's next? You was hoping that the interview could go 10 minutes, but it only goes 30 seconds. Thank you so much for Bite Back Baltimore. You brought your team out and you came through for us. All right, y'all, it's time to keep it moving. Y'all know economic justice is our battle cry. We want to make sure that IT opportunities get into places where they traditionally have not been. And if you want to be able to get those IT jobs and not just have to hope that they are around the corner, the Mayor's Office of Employment Development has expanded again. Somebody say expanded again. Somebody put expansion. I used to tell y'all put stuff in the comments. Y'all get in there. Somebody put hashtag expansion, hashtag growth, hashtag more, whatever though that keyword. Y'all remember word association when we was in school? When we said a word, you had to say a synonym. All right, I'm saying expansion. Y'all put a synonym, hashtag whatever your synonym is, growth, development, more, whatever that is, into the comments. Let's get this thing live and jumping, because when we do that, Facebook's algorithm alerts more people that we are live, and we get more people to come on and hear this great information. Y'all got to be ready for this one, because she's another dynamic personality, y'all. The day I met her, I knew she was going to be great in the role that we have her in. She has the charge of carrying the banner. Now, I've been in workforce development a long time, going back to bus passes and tokens and all of that sort of thing. And as budgets for a lot of the work that we do in this particular field shrunk, one of the things that fell off the table was transportation. Well, the mayor's office of employment development is bringing it back and bringing it back in a big way. We have partnered with the ride share companies, the major ride share companies, and I don't want to give too much information because that's what she's here for, to make sure that we're offering that resource, sometimes bridging that gap from the first day to the first pay. Somebody put from the first day to the first pay. That's a sermon. I think I'm going to preach that one time. I just got to find the right scripture. All right, from the first day to the first pay can be tough. And the Mayor's Office of Employment Development recognizes that. So in our expansion, we have deployed transportation assistance on a level that we've never done it. And I don't believe that it's ever been done. And to tell us more about it, I want to introduce to this crowd somebody that has just stolen my heart, Miss Nikki Reed. Nikki, what's up? Thank you for joining the Employ Baltimore show.
Listen, good afternoon, Mr. Marvin. That was, when I say warm welcome, that was an extreme welcome.
Listen, they couldn't have found a better person to be doing something new. You were here 5 minutes and you were feeling like, and all I was hearing is how you was moving like you were right at home. You have hit the ground running and there's great work being done. So first of all, thank you for bringing your wonderful talents to us, and already kicking us off and running. Tell everybody a little bit more about what you do.
Well, yes. So, the warm introduction. I am Nikki Reed. I am the transportation coordinator for the new rideshare program that's actually called Let's Ride to Work. And the Let's Ride to Work program is a collaboration with Lyft, where we are providing up to 40 rides, door to door service to and from home and work for eligible residents of Baltimore City. So when you say something big as not as also just getting a new job, but imagine getting picked up at your front door, dropped off at your place of employment, and then a return service all within your first month of work. Like that's a big thing.
Listen, y'all, we said the first day to the first pay. It goes beyond the first pay because after about normally 2 to 3 weeks, you're gonna get that first check. But we talking about making sure you good for the first month. Now, Nikki, we
Yeah.
know those of us that have done this work and do this work that transportation can be one of the biggest barriers. What have the conversations been like around the spaces that we've looked to make sure that this is not such a struggle for people who are trying to start that new career path or to get that new job? What have the conversations been like as we prioritize transportation as one of our major services we provide?
The major at the top of the list, the conversations basically talk about folks that have been unemployed probably during the pandemic. So there's a lot of anxiety and anxiousness around not only just getting back to work, but actually expanding to get outside of their communities and gain gainful employment in other vast areas of Baltimore City that someone has never traveled to before. So for us, we just look forward to helping those kind of get settled into their new job, being less anxious, being comfortable to knowing that, listen, this ride is going to pick me up and take me to work. I have orientation. I'm probably trying to get the kids to a sitter, and the least of their worries is trying to take 4 buses to get back and forth to work.
Man, listen, that's amazing. Like, I mean, people don't really know the struggle. I remember before I had a car where I had to catch 3 buses to drop my sons off and then 2 more. At that time, I was working at the Workforce Reception Center just to get to work. Like, transportation can be enough to, to make a person say that I just can't do this. Let me resort back to that life of subsidized living. And
Yeah.
y'all know what I'm talking about. We waiting once a month for a check. It's huge that the Mayor's Office of Employment Development is making sure that transportation is a big deal. If a person is working if a business is interested in getting those services for people that they may have hired from the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, what should they do?
What they should do is definitely reach out to myself. We're going to have our information below, as well as one of our career centers. And we are currently accepting referrals via the Unitas platform or the KP tool. And that's a Casa Permanente tool where they're actually bridging the gap between local businesses where we can kind of provide wraparound services. You have a client that you just help them with employment. Well, we have a transportation service that can help them get there. So once they get connected with one of our centers, we accept referrals. I'm a hands-on kind of person. So if someone needs assistance with navigating that, I will jump on the phone or on a call and kind of help them connect their participants to the program.
Awesome. So if a person at the most basic level wants to get in and connected to these opportunities, what should they do?
They should definitely travel to one of our centers or give us
Yes.
a call. That's the answer that you're looking for, and that's the answer that I'm providing. So
Yes.
listen, MOED, Mayor's Office of Employment Development, we have jobs. We have substantial, enormous piles of just resources and services that we are literally waiting to help folks in Baltimore City. So get connected with one of our centers. You can get a job, you can get transportation, and the list just goes on.
Listen, y'all, when you're going to deliver economic justice, man, you got to consider everything, like what redlining is done, with businesses who have left the city, with things being more cheaper on the outskirts versus in town, and all of that, and how that has impacted our workforce. There are people who literally want to work and just couldn't get there. I can't say can't get there, just couldn't get there before now. Nikki, you are a very passionate person. I've had the chance to get to know you a little bit, and you see this bright, bubbly personality. When you think about the idea, because you got quite a commute of your own, I'm gonna let you talk about that if you want to, though, because I couldn't do it. But anyway, when you think about every day when I get up, I'm going to be able to go into this center or go into this office or the various centers, and somebody that had no way to get to their dream opportunity is going to have it as a result of the blessing that I'm allowed to be. Talk to us about that.
Listen, and you know me, we on the same level when it comes to like spirituality and religion. And I always say, to whom much is given, much is required. My plate stay full, my cup stay full, just because of God. And I've literally been in human service for almost over maybe about 16 years in vast positions. And it's just so important, especially in this work, that I'm able to commute an hour um, to Baltimore to actually provide um, services to those that live and from the community where I'm from. So it's like God has just brought me back full circle to where I need to be able to actually help someone in need. In the mornings, I get up and I'm driving on my commute, and I'm very intentional about sharing something positive, whether it's a message, whether it's a word, whether it's a smile, because there's someone who actually may not feel comfortable with asking for the help. So therefore, thusly, it's my job to make sure that I'm getting the word out, that I'm volunteering to make sure, like, listen, I'm here to help you in any form of fashion. So you may come to Northwest and you may just be looking for transportation, but I'll probably connect you to other services as well. So pull up, walk up, just know that, you know, we're here, I'm here, and we just want to, on our plate for economic justice, like we want to provide wraparound services to our people.
You know, every once in a while we bring somebody on the team, and I'm talking about the Mayor's Office of Employment Development team that looks like, how were you ever not here? You have been such a blessing, and it's been so great to have you be an addition to our team, and the great work that I know of personally that you've already begun to do, making an immediate impact on our goal and our desire to provide economic justice has been tremendous. Thank you for coming back home, driving a whole hour to help us out. Y'all know, y'all listen, I'm a Baltimore City resident by choice. I could live anywhere I want to, but I choose to stay here. And I'm hard on people that leave, but I want to repent. I want to go ahead, set the record
So now you
straight.
got to rethink that, right?
Thank you.
You're
Now, I'm
totally
gonna
right.
ask you this question because I know you Baltimore to the heart, right?
To
Yeah,
the
the chicken
core.
box since you've been back.
Listen, my family here. I always tell people I literally just reside in PA, but ultimately, like 96% of my time is spent in Baltimore. The food is not great where I am. So listen, me and my kids would get a chicken box before we get on the highway, salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce on the chicken. But yeah, I spend majority of my time here because this is home. My family's here, my friends is here, leisure, my church is here. So yeah, Baltimore is just gonna be always home, but especially now for this work at MOED, like I'm still a work in progress. I have lots more to do here.
So, all right, y'all. I'm seeing about 10 people on the screen. I want everybody to participate. We haven't done a people's poll question in a while. I want everybody, and I want to compare notes because I'm about to ask Nikki. Nikki, you can get in the comments on your other device.
Gotcha.
Who got the best chicken box in Baltimore? People's poll question, all of our viewers, my colleagues is watching. If we still got people watching, if our Bite Back family is still watching, everybody get in the comments. Who got the best chicken box in Baltimore? I'm gonna see who really know about chicken boxes because I know where the box is at. I'm trying to tell you, I'm as hood as they can be. I'm as hood as it comes, as hood as it gets. Who got okay? She got pops.
I don't really like to go down there because when you go down Lexington Market or downtown, you literally go back to your vehicle with bags of food. You want a little bit of everything.
Stuff you
But
wasn't even planning on buying. I don't know when the last time I went in Lexington Market for one thing. You go in Lexington Market for a chicken box, you come out with a little cup of Chinese food. You come out with a little plastic container of watermelon. About a half and a half or a triple mix from 3 different places. She is not lying, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. And the new one, is the new one open yet? Because I ain't been downtown in a long time.
No, they're still in the works of construction, but it's gonna be phenomenal when they.
You got a bag of peanuts, about 3 cupcakes,
a snowball all the way from the back. Listen, my mom is on here. I saw my mom come up, and my mom's favorite, as when I was a little girl, she always wanted to go and get the fried broccoli. On the opposite side, like where everyone goes over there and kind of like dance and congregate. Yeah, she always wanted to go there.
They got them dancing potatoes. The last time I was down there is because I really jumped into and got hooked on them dancing potatoes. You know, them baked potatoes that they stuff with all kinds of stuff. Listen, y'all, your boy has lost 26 pounds so far. I'm on my mission. So I'm gonna stop talking about food before I find myself at the chicken box spot messing with Nikki Reed. Come on, y'all get in the comments. All I see a fruit salad at Lexington Market. See Savina. There you go, Savina. Now you're gonna have to come through like you the health conscious one. We was talking about chicken boxes, and you're gonna talk about a fruit salad. I'm definitely gonna find out which location you at and come holler at you. Okay, Sonny's is which Sonny's is that down? So Cool Papa. Is that Sonny's the one down West Side Shopping Center?
No, they probably talking about the one near Morgan.
Y'all know it's about 3-4 Sonny's across there. Ain't nobody put Stoko's in there. That's a surprise.
I'm not a fan of Stoko's, so I really don't.
I always thought Stoko's was overrated. That's some East Side folks. Y'all know. I don't do.
That's my brother who said Sonny's.
People always say to me, I don't do the East West thing. I'm West Side certified.
West Side certified. West Side definitely has the best food. I'm sorry, I love you guys, but West Side we definitely have the best.
Hey, y'all listen, it was great opportunities talked about before we start talking about chicken boxes and what side of town you's from. So we have definitely made sure we met the mission. Miss Lisa Evans Powell, what you talking about? West Side? You West Side certified?
Yes, that's my mom. She's definitely gonna ride with me. So
yeah, West Side certified. Y'all listen. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development, we might keep it a little light around here, but we are talking about making sure that people know they not only have access to opportunities through us, right? Pennsylvania and North Sonny's. Oh, you bluffing, man. You bluffing. I'm gonna have to go up there and check them out.
He's probably talking. So that the little old Chinese place where you go up to Bohem's, The
I know
chicken
what
in
you're
the
talking
bag,
about.
they had the special ketchup.
You know what's funny? It's a few. Which Sonny's you talk? Savina, you talking about the Sonny's off of Gay Street? Yeah, he definitely talking about what he talking. You know, I've never counted those Chinese places, and it's a couple of them. Chicken was really good. I never counted them as in the chicken box competition because they put the chicken in the bag.
Chicken in the bag. It's still the same
Oh, you
scenario.
talking about down now? If you talking about down west side, you talk about something. Sonny's down west side got the good breakfast and the good chicken. I was
Yeah.
trying to be deep, and y'all took me right back to chicken.
But listen, laughter make the heart grows fondest. So in our plight for economic
Look,
justice,
here
we are
come the
definitely
east side as it comes to the it ain't the chicken over there, it's the triple mix. And triple mix
it's the
kill your
triple
taste
mix that
buds.
they
So
like.
y'all don't even know the chicken don't taste good. They got that
But
triple
no,
mix over there,
in our
man.
plight
It is
for
off the chain.
we didn't redirect it, but guess what? I'm sure that we are definitely warming some hearts just to know that we still gonna make you laugh, but we're gonna give you the information and the resources that you need. So if you was to see us in person, we're gonna still make you laugh. We're gonna make your heart feel warm, and you're probably gonna get a few jobs and some other resources as well. You know, we're still human beings. We love our city because we're from here, and we just want to make sure that folks know that.
I'm gonna be the guy standing outside the center with a sign that says "We'll work for a chicken box." No, I'm joking.
Who works for
I'm really
chicken?
serious about this weight loss journey. Nikki got me on here acting goofy. Y'all, we are so thankful that you chose to join the Employee Baltimore show today. We had the amazing Byte Back Baltimore on here, one of our train up partners, our wonderful and amazing takeover host. I wish she had stuck around. We should have just got her to stick around with us and have a little bit of fun. But our wonderful and our amazing takeover host from Byte Back Baltimore and her cheering section that got into the comments and made sure that all of the information that was put out there, so you know how to connect. I want to definitely thank Miss Nikki Reed, who is with us, one of our newest, but you would never know she was new, leaders here, who is leading our Let's Ride to Work program, doing great work already on here, cutting up with me about chicken boxes and everything else. I want to thank our amazing producer, Miss Katanya Lester. This young lady is just phenomenal. Yesterday, she said, "Come on, we're going to turn this camera on and we're going to walk through this job fair. We're going to talk to these employers." And I was looking at her like, you really done lost it this time. And it wound up being one of the highlights of my day. She is just phenomenal at what she does and how she keeps us moving and keeps the show moving. I'm excited to be able to be a part of this and that we get to bring this information to you this way. But most importantly, I want to thank our audience, right? You guys show up. Today, I saw our numbers upwards of 40 something people who came to hear about this good information that we're bringing. And we're going to continue to bring you the great information about services and things that are happening, not just in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. We share our platform. We bring on other people who are doing great things and who are doing great work. So it's like we had Byte Back Baltimore today. So continue to show up Thursdays at 1 p.m. We're going to be here 1 p.m. sharp, making sure that you have the right information. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development is committed to bringing you the greatest of information and resources, making sure that you have access to everything. If you're looking for an opportunity in Baltimore, the Mayor's Office of Employment Development is looking for you. With a focus on economic justice, our commitment is to build a workforce development system that really works. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.
See you guys. Marvin, smoothie on me. No chicken.
Now you're speaking my language. You messed up my sign-off smile, though.